What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into MJ101. It's been a minute, but if you're watching these in a row, it's only been like 5 or 10 seconds. But welcome back in. In this episode, we're going to be talking about Michael Jordan's 1991-92 season. In the last episode, we talked about Michael Jordan's first championship and all the amazing things that happened in that season. In this one, it's pretty much the same storyline. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, taking down quite a few of everybody else's teams, we'll just put it like that. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about the 1991-92 season in which Michael Jordan once again averaged 30+ points and scored 30+ points in over 40 games. So without any further ado, let's dive into it. Going to be talking about the season and the postseason. So let's go. In 80 games, Michael Jordan averaged 38 minutes per game, 30 points per game, 2 steals, a block, and roughly 6 rebounds and 6 assists per game. He played 80 games in that season, started in all 80 games. Michael Jordan had a tremendous season, a tremendous stat line of a season. There were 43 games with over 30 points, like I alluded to earlier, and the season started off pretty tough. I mean, extremely early, not that it matters, but they started off 1-2. They ended up winning the next 14 straight games and then having a couple nice smaller winning streaks right after that. 67-13 was the Chicago Bulls record while Michael Jordan was out there on the court, helping the team win, averaging his 30+ points per game on a very just beyond comprehensible consistency basis on averaging 30+ points per game. It's crazy. Season, and that really started the Michael Jordan second back-to-back postseason extraordinary run with the help of Scottie Pippen, John Paxson, Horace Grant, Bill Cartwright. They had a nice Chicago Bulls team. No Dennis yet. That'll come, but no Dennis yet. But their first round matchup was against the Miami Heat. That Miami Heat team at the time with Brian Shaw, Grant Long, Glenn Rice, and Steve Smith, who's now on NBA TV. Most people know who he is now. And they swept him 3-0. Once again, these were best of 5 series, so it went down like that. It would not last long, and this series was a prime example of that. In round 2, the Eastern Conference semifinals, the Chicago Bulls faced off against the New York Knicks, the Patrick Ewing-led New York Knicks. My favorite team, the New York Knicks. There's even a poster right there in the back of the New York Knicks. And they took them down 4-3. That was the Charles Oakley. That was the Patrick Ewing. That was the Mark Jackson-led New York Knicks. Extraordinary. Thought we had a chance kind of team, you know? But very few teams, as the rest of the NBA and as all NBA fans know, stood any chance against a prime Michael Jordan with a prime Scottie Pippen right by his side. And forget about it when you start adding in the guys like Dennis Rodman, who can get 28 rebounds, score 0 points in a single game. You know how it is. Just know your role. Know your role. Just gotta know your role. After that, in the Eastern Conference Finals, the Bulls faced off against the Cleveland Cavaliers. They took them down 4-2. Steve Kerr and Mark Price were on that Cleveland Cavaliers team. Michael Jordan averaged 30+ points per game. Took them to the NBA Finals, where they then faced off against Clyde the Glide Drexler. And they took them down 4-2 to win Michael Jordan's first back-to-back titles. First back-to-back in an extraordinary fashion, 30+ points per game. Clifford Robinson, Clyde Drexler, but the Scottie Pippen, the Michael Jordan, the John Paxson, the Horace Grant, the Bill Cartwright matchup was a little bit too much for them. The Chicago Bulls, once again, NBA champions, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it is. Jordan brand growing at a crazy rate. As basketball grows because of Jordan, post Larry Bird, Magic Johnson era, Michael Jordan taking over the new era of basketball, solidifying himself as the face of basketball, not just from a talent side, but from a brand side as well. Michael Jordan, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot more to talk about, which we'll get into in the next episodes. I want to talk a little bit more about sneakers. I want to talk a little bit more about this and that and here and there. But had to keep spitting these out. So ladies and gentlemen, I will see you on the next MJ101. This was the MJ101 on Michael Jordan's 1991-92 NBA season. But first, real quick, if you have not followed 15 Seconds of Fame on Instagram, make sure to check them out in the link below. Tell them Buster sent you and show a lot of love. This whole series is possible because of them. I know there was a massive delay that had a lot to do with the fact that I moved, etc., etc. But point is, check them out. They're awesome. See you next time. Peace.